Hi there, Mark Jaben here, Medical Director for the Haywood County Health Department. Let's talk about this pandemic. Time for, it's weekly update time once again. And a short time this week since the last update after the holiday weekend. And recall there was some suggestion of a downturn at that time. So let's see if that was real or just a reporting phenomenon from over the holiday. So please share this with someone you care about. The United States as a whole continues to show increasing red zones everywhere. There are no states in the yellow or green, but overall, cases appear to have crested. Tennessee still the highest rate in the country, and of note, it is the only state greater than 100 per 100,000 population on a 7-day rolling average. And contrast that with just a couple weeks ago when some were as high as 150. All states are in the red zone, except for 9 states in the orange, and of those, 7 are perilously close to red zone still. Our neighbors, Tennessee, unfortunately, their apparent marked decrease earlier this week was just a reporting phenomenon as they remain above that 100 threshold. South Carolina, really not much change, and both of those states still with every county in the red zone. Georgia, however, with a marked decrease, all of its counties are in the red zone except now 2 in the orange. For North Carolina, cases remain high still, but a decrease after weeks of steady increases. And note hospitalizations continue to increase, but at a slower rate. Deaths, however, remain up, but of course they lag both cases and hospitalizations. For us, it looks like the decrease earlier this week for North Carolina was a holiday reporting phenomenon too. Every county now in the red zone, but much lower overall rates compared with our neighbors. For Western North Carolina, everyone up this past week, and some quite substantially, except for Cherokee and Clay, who were already super high. They remain unchanged. Only Haywood had a significant decrease this week. Graham continues with the highest rate in the state and are even higher this week compared to last week. As far as testing, for the first time, all the Western North Carolina counties are reporting, and nobody is close to the 5% threshold, everyone well above. And make note of Clay, at 28% test positivity rate. Clearly there's not enough testing going on there. Despite their high increase this week, there are likely even more cases there. For Haywood County, at week's end, a total of 6,020 cases for the pandemic. That's an increase of 211 week over week. That's down from around the 280 mark that we've been seeing over the past couple of weeks. Note, however, we do continue to track the exponential growth line. Additional deaths reported this week, now at 115 for the pandemic. 4 of these in August, 1 in September. And note the comparison to August a year ago. Less than half the deaths this year, which is good news. But in both years, August has been a time of increased cases and increased deaths. Haywood Regional Medical Center remains very full, frequently on diversion. This week, at the end of this week, they had 24 COVID-related admissions in the hospital, 5 of those in the ICU, and those 5 on ventilators. And it's the same across all Western North Carolina, Mission Hospital included. So it now looks like we are mirroring the experience in the UK. However, we do not appear to have reached as high a peak as they did. And that's the good news. But note that if we continue to track that experience, we will be seeing a return to a steady rise soon. And unlike the UK, we are about to see the effect after Labor Day. Good news that the rate of new cases appears to be going down, at least in Haywood County. The bad news is that COVID is still rampant in Western North Carolina. You know, school has been in session for a couple weeks now, and this is the time fall viral illnesses start to show up. A reminder that this and COVID are really indistinguishable. They look the same as sinus, allergy, and cold symptoms. And recall last year we had little of these illnesses or flu. And here's why. So don't forget your Swiss cheese. Be well and be careful, especially right now.